Now, the reason I started this channel was basically just to make fun of wrestlers that I don't like, MMA fighters I don't like, to do some recaps of the TNA shows, more importantly to do recaps, or to do picks for MMA shows. That's basically why I did. This is a secondary channel for me. I'm going to throw it out there and see what sticks. But in the middle of talking that good jank about a bunch of wrestlers I find utterly pathetic, I did want to give some legitimate kudos to a guy who's actually really beginning to impress me, and that's Robert Roode of TNA. I've been watching him for years, never really liked Robert Roode, and for years I literally said, if I got the book in TNA tomorrow, it's not that's going to happen, but if I did, hypothetically, gone, just gone, and absolutely not now. Hell, I see Robert Roode, for a good push. Only problem is, man, his team is just so damn good. Beer Money, I've always liked James Storm, and I'm glad they are finally back to being baby faces. They are not heels. Not that they can't work heel. They shouldn't work heel, though, because they are legitimately over. And TNA definitely has to capitalize on that. The flip they did with Fortune was very good. That was one of the better turns they've done in TNA. And they need to just keep Fortune babyface. They can really get some good sympathy on these guys. They need to be beaten a bit, and they need to come out and get their very strong, legitimate wins. They need to have some real feuds, some feuds where people are bleeding, and I don't know. I'm rather ambivalent on the topic of Immortal versus Fortune. I know that's really where they need to be right now, but in the long term, I don't know if more money can't be drawn with some other people. The fact that Immortal has more members is good, because face factions can have a big problem. You can't really just take on just a random heel here, because then you got 4 good guys against 1 bad guy. You could run the risk of flipping the heel babyface, because what are you going to do? You have 4 guys out there beating the hell out of him, so you can't do that. So it does limit you. Whereas if you're heels, the 4 of you, you can always have 4 heels jump one guy. That's absolutely fine. I mean, hell, the 4 Horsemen did that for a long time. But I really like Robert Roode. The fact they've given him the stick recently, and they've let him go out there and talk, and he seems to come up with a lot of passion and fire, and he really seems to almost be speaking from the heart, and I like that. He's getting his facials are getting better. He's able to work a little comedy in there. He's kind of pushed away from the money man gimmick, which was just stupid anyway. I mean, who's going to believe that? But they still have the vestigial aspects of that in the name Beer Money, and they refer to him kind of as the money guy here and there, but, I mean, come on, he used to be wearing Terry Taylor's old used robe. He doesn't look like a rich guy to me. In fact, he's doing this stuff with Ric Flair, getting Flair in there, lighting him up in the corner with the chops. It's him doing the stuff he's done with Flair has been a great rub. Flair has been wonderful for TNA because he's given great rubs to a lot of the talent there, and it's really helping to engage. And Robert Roode's been very interesting to me. The fact that he's taking the mic and he's stood out, he's had that fire in his face, and he is really in the last 4 or 5 months extraordinarily improved. I really have to give credit and credentials and kudos as well to Robert Roode for stepping up. I would like to hear in the comments below what you think of Robert Roode, and more importantly, do you see it the way I see it? Do you see him as being a real standout impact player in the last 4 or 5 months in terms of his overall development? And what do you think of Beer Money? I think they are what they claim to be, the best tag team in wrestling right now. They are great as baby faces. Particularly with that big audible they have to call the Beer Money thing, and the Boozer Cruiser. It's hard to make those guys heels, although they can both work heel well. I do think they both work heel well, but the money in those guys is as baby faces. And just leave me your comments. Let me know if you see things the way I do, or if you think Robert Roode sucks balls. So, look forward to hearing that.